Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Monica. I like to post anti-MLM, life, and some true crime content here on this channel. Today I am bringing you some anti-MLM content, so of course, just as a disclaimer, this video is for entertainment purposes only and just my opinions. Also, this is very public news. So if you are new here, I have been doing, on Fridays, I started doing some true crime stories, and most of them, if not, actually, I think all of them at this point, have had some kind of tie to an MLM. And I did really big deep dives on those particular videos. So today, this is not going to be a deep dive. There's really not too much to say about this. And this case, it didn't result in anything that the other ones did. So this is more of a light-hearted video. It is going to be about a pure romance consultant. I made a video about pure romance back in February. I actually did it on Valentine's Day. I did that on purpose. And that video was just me laughing most of the time. So I know that a lot of people, they didn't like that it wasn't as educational, but y'all, I had to laugh a little bit on this channel. But anyway, so who are we going to be talking about today? Her name is Jill Lynn Fiedler. She, at the time of this happening, this all happened in, well, she was caught in 2017. Back then, she was a pure romance consultant. She was also 38 at the time. Jill is from Rosemount, Minnesota. And the reason why we will be chatting about her today is because she was also a volunteer treasurer for, there was this organization that a bunch of parents formed in order to be able to raise some money for the seniors at a local high school to have money for their senior party. So going back to high school for me, we didn't really have a senior party per se, but we had something called Project Graduation, so I don't know if this is kind of similar to that. And basically what it was is it was just all of the seniors after graduation. We all went to like the YMCA that was there, and we all stayed there overnight. We all, you know, some people went swimming, some people were just hanging out in the gym that they had. They had all these things set up for us. And I'm gonna say it probably cost a hefty penny for the whole spectacle that they had. Well, Jill, okay, I just have to say real quick, every single time I say Jill, I think of, there's a movie called This Is 40. A few of you are going to know who I'm talking about because we've had private conversations before, because it's come up in a few conversations recently. And there was, in the blooper reel, I'll leave a link to the blooper reel below so you can understand why every time I say Jill, I kind of laugh a little bit in my brain. That's besides the point. Like, let's just move on with this story. I swear, this video is going to be all over the place. My brain is just not functioning lately. It's just been crazy. Jill was charged in the Dakota County District Court with one count of felony by theft by temporary control for stealing money from the group from October 2016 to February 2017. Jill actually pled guilty to this in 2018. There was also, when she was caught and when she was questioned by police, she did confess to her crime. But what does this have to do with pure romance? Well, prosecutors said that Jill diverted $8,700, you heard that right, $8,700, almost $9,000, from the group that I was talking about, that they were raising money for the senior party, to pay for free giveaway products for her pure romance business. On top of that as well, she also had charges that totaled up to $414 for an AT&T bill that she couldn't explain what that was for. According to the criminal complaint that was filed in March of 2017 by the parents were saying, well, they told police that they discovered a bunch of very unusual transactions and from the group's account. They also said that the only person that had access to this account was Jill. None of these transactions were authorized by the group. So of course, that's when they started to kind of piece things together and think that this can't really be having to do with the group because these are massive transactions that are being made. So they discovered that there were several checks that were totaling approximately $3,800 that could not be accounted for, along with several debit card transactions that were totaling more than $4,900. That is a lot. And like I said, she did this in order to pay for free giveaways for her Pure Romance business. So not only was she making commission, well, she was, I can't even put that in quotes. She was making commission off of this, and she was making rank for this, even though it was for free giveaways. But we all know that once you start making a higher rank and everything, she probably still made a little bit of money off of that. Plus, she didn't have to use her own money in order to give these free giveaways that I'm sure her upline was probably telling her to do. Jill was sentenced to 90 days in jail and 5 years probation, which she actually started serving her sentence on April 5th of 2018. Jill also had to pay restitution, which for whatever reason, I searched high and low and I could not find anywhere the restitution amount. So if anyone is watching this and they know, let me know in the comment section, because for whatever reason, I could not find it anywhere. I will say though, just in case you were wondering, this was not Jill's first rodeo. She actually did something not similar, but she did. Let's just get into it. In July of 2015, Jill was actually charged in Scott County for 2 counts of theft after prosecutors say that she wrote 27 checks that were returned by American Express because they were not pre-authorized according to the criminal complaint that was filed. She wrote bad checks that were totaling more than $5,400 to Minnesota Harvest after renting the Jordan Apple Orchard for her wedding. And then in October of 2016, she pled guilty to that as well. It was a gross misdemeanor charge of theft by false representation. There was a felony charge of theft by swindle, but that was dismissed. And with that case, she was sentenced to 2 years probation in order to have 80 hours of community service. Now, I couldn't find this anywhere, but I was thinking about it and I was like, okay, well, was the 80 hours of community service, because this happened in October of 2016, so was she a volunteer treasurer in order to go for her 80 hours of community service? Because that can count as community service because she's volunteering, she's working for a school. But what I don't understand is, did they not do a background check? Because if you're going to be a treasurer and if you're going to be in charge of money, I feel like they should probably look into you and see if you've had any kind of previous situations with money. But again, this is also a school, so of course it was a volunteer and it was an organization that was made by the parents, so I'm sure that they probably didn't have the money to do a background check on this particular person. But so then I started thinking about it, and I had this theory that maybe this volunteer treasury thing was her community service. But I feel like if she had, I feel like her probation officer would have also maybe said, no, this doesn't count as community service because of your situation. So I don't know, but that's just a theory that I wanted to throw out there into the world. But here's another theory that I had. She probably joined Pure Romance because we all know that a lot of these MLMs, a lot of these people promise financial freedom. So I'm thinking, did she join Pure Romance because she had all these money problems? Because obviously she had to have some kind of money problem if she was writing bad checks, first of all. And I'm going to assume, now I know what happens when you assume, but of course this is just my opinion. Maybe she joined Pure Romance in order to pay for all of the financial situations that she had to go through, because I mean, going through that whole process and then having to it's just a whole process to go through court and everything like that. So was Jill joining to be able to pay for her financial issues or financial situation? And then after she joined, did she see that this was not the way to go and that she actually was losing money? Her uplines were probably telling her, and of even maybe the MLM company itself, maybe this is in their terms and conditions. I haven't looked into their terms and conditions, just their BS income disclosure that they have on their website, but maybe somewhere in some kind of training it says that you should be buying things for a free giveaway. You should have giveaways, and some of the products that they have on their website are kind of pricey, and maybe, just maybe, because here's the thing is, when I was in Beachbody, I did these little competitions in the challenge groups where it was basically that you would be entered in a giveaway. It wasn't really a giveaway, but you would be entered to win if you stuck to the program, if you had some kind of wins, I guess you can say, for the week. So let's say that the week prior you were really bad at keeping up with your workouts, but then this week you worked out more than you did last week. So you would get a free packet of Shakeology, for example, and you could pick whatever flavor you wanted, because of course I had every single flavor in my freaking apartment that ended up going into the trash anyway because they all expired. But so that's kind of what I was doing. So I'm assuming that maybe she was doing these free giveaways for if she was hosting a party. So maybe there was a host and maybe they got something for free, and then maybe everyone else was entered in a giveaway where they would put their email and stuff like that so she can contact them later in order to win some kind of free giveaway for some kind of product that she had. So she was probably spending a lot of money on pure romance, and she probably fell in hard times yet again, and she just stole from this committee that they had. I'm gonna call it a committee because that's kind of what it is. But I'm glad that she admitted to it and that she confessed to it and that she pled guilty, and it wasn't this long process of she's pleading not guilty and that she's not taking responsibility for her actions. I think that she got, I don't really know how to feel about her sentence, because she did get 90 days in jail and she did also get 5 years of 5 years is a long time for probation. But I mean, it wasn't her first offense. So I feel like she should have learned her lesson from the first time, especially because it happened right before. Like, you think that she would learn her lesson, but this is the problem with MLMs, is they promise financial freedom, which they shouldn't be. They should not be promising financial freedom. They should not be making income claims without a link to their income disclosure statement, because it's just like they say that not everybody, and this is said on a lot of income disclosure statements, not everyone is going to make that amount of money. Although I will say that I don't agree with how they say, well, it depends on how hard you work, because let's be real here. All of the ex-Hun bots that are watching me, all of the anti-MLMers that have friends that are, whether they're current Hun bots or ex-Hun bots, how many times do we see these people who work their freaking butts off and don't make anything, or they lose money? I mean, look at all of the statistics that are out there. It's very, very hard to make money in an MLM. And the fact that these women say, oh, it's so easy and you work from your phone from an hour, 2 hours a day. No, that's not how it works. We know that that's not how it works in the anti-MLM community, movement, whatever you want to call it. But we know that. We know that that's not how it works. So I guess now that I've rambled on and on, I really don't have anything else to say on this besides, what the I really have no other words for this particular case. And like I said, this isn't anything near my normal true crime stuff. This isn't really going to be considered a true crime video here on my channel, because I do prefer to do a lot of deep dives on those. But I'm working on a true crime for this week. I'm also working on something about a particular, you know what, I'm gonna let you guys think about it. But I'm working on another, it's probably gonna be a 2-part series because there's a lot of things that have happened with this particular person over the last year, and I just feel like it's time for me to finally talk about it. Because, yeah, on my channel, many other channels have covered this person, but I feel like it's time to cover them on my channel. But anyway, okay. If you have watched up to here, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit like, subscribe, check me out on all my social media if you'd like to see more of me, which I don't know why, but if you want to see more of me, check me out on social media. And I'll see you guys next time. This is Monica reporting to you live from a highway. Bye.